Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Disney Travel Podcast with the latest Disney travel news. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Braddock.
And I'm Amelia Braddock. And today, the Candlelight Processional returns to Epcot, and Disney has some new after-hours events on the horizon.
Yeah, so it's an After Dark episode, because all of these things take place in the evening or late evening hours. Let's start with Disney After Hours.
So what exactly is Disney After Hours?
So Disney After
Very vague.
It's basically, we've done these things. So Disney After Hours is just what it sounds like. For 3 hours after the parks close, you get to go in. So picture Villains or any of those events without the villains. So it's just 3 hours after the parks close with supposedly limited attendance, right? So we'll talk about our experience in a minute.
What's limited attendance? 50,000 people?
Let's first talk about what it is. So Disney After Hours, it's starting in January 2023. Again, it's going to kick off on January 4th at Hollywood Studios and January 9th at Magic Kingdom Park. So it's a separate ticketed event, like I said, so you have to buy tickets for it, and you get 3 hours after the regular park closing. You get, as you know,
free ice cream, popcorn, and select beverages, so I'm guessing non-alcoholic.
And here's the thing in our experience, it sounds great, like, oh, I get all the free ice cream I want.
Yeah, but are you gonna...
You can pretty much only have one of those things.
You can't bring it home.
Unless you can eat more than we can.
Unless you bring like a giant popcorn bucket and you just go to all the stations and like dump. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I guess you could do that.
I don't know how long that would keep either.
Yeah. So they say tickets are limited. So theoretically, you're going to have lower crowds and you're going to get on rides faster.
But if you've ever been to a Halloween party, Villains After Hours, Christmas party, you know that's not necessarily or even likely to be true.
Yeah, so tickets are limited. I say limited is a vague descriptor. We don't really know what limited means, right? We've had wait times of a half an hour or 45 minutes during these things.
For Pirates, which is
supposedly limited wait times.
And like Pirates and those kind of rides, which are not even top-tier attractions, still hold almost hour-long wait times.
And so if you're considering it's only a 3-hour event, that's a big chunk of your time, right? So you can enter early, though. So if you buy your ticket, you don't need a park pass. You don't have to reserve the park or any of that stuff. You buy your ticket. You can get in.
At 7.
At 7. So you get a little extra time in the park. You won't get any of the perks. You're not going to get free stuff until it starts. So if the park closes at 9 that night, that event would be 9 till midnight, and you get a couple of extra hours. So you get 5 hours there. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But, it's not cheap. So prices range from
$129 to $159 plus tax, and it depends on the dates. And you can start purchasing this on October 7th.
Yeah, so get
up
your
soon.
engines ready. Or if you're staying on site, if you have a reservation at a hotel, as we do already for the spring, you can start booking a little bit earlier right now.
Literally, yeah.
Literally
today,
right
so
now.
Get on that.
And also, as always, there are discounts for DVC members and annual pass holders. So you go online to DisneyWorld.com, of course, search Disney After Hours, and you'll find all the information there.
And the advanced purchasing is also available for Swan and Dolphin Hotels and Shades of Green, not just Disney.
Right.
On site.
Now, is it worth it? Everyone wants to know that.
I say no, to be honest. For me personally, it's a no.
I say, well, yeah, I'm going to have a weird answer. No, it's not worth it. Are we going to do it? Yes, absolutely.
No, we're not.
You know why? I don't know. First of all, we just do these things because we like being in the park. So I like being in the parks at night. So do you. You used to like 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. extra magic hours back in the day.
Used to like. I would if they did it anymore.
And the funny thing is, when they did those, the parks were empty. They really did get quiet towards the end, like in the last 2 hours or something. You actually could walk on even Mine Train, pretty much.
No, I remember.
Maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
We've done that before.
But when they do these, of course, they got smart. Well, we can charge everyone $150.
$160 depending on the dates.
And make way more money, but for the guest experience, it's actually worse. So, of course, the free ones were better, not only because they were free. $160, how many ice cream sandwiches is that? A lot. You could buy them for the whole park.
You are now buying 12 ice cream sandwiches just to make even.
Yeah, more than that. But anyway.
No.
An ice cream sandwich, 12 is not $10. It'd be more than $10. 160
24.
divided by 12. Anyway, forget the math. Let's just say I will go just because I like to be in the parks at night. I like checking out the special events. Hey, maybe it'll trick us this time and be less crowded. But anyway, the moral of the story is it's good to see some more stuff coming back, right? So
Yeah.
if you want to do that stuff, it's cool. We'll see. Maybe we get lucky. It's not as busy, although it will be towards the end when we're going. It's going to be March break for that trip. We have another trip
So
before that,
it'll be
which we'll
extra
talk
busy.
about in a moment.
So our next March trip will be extra busy on these because it's March break. So
Yeah,
I
and
assume
this
these
ends
will
in
all be
April.
sold out.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting thing to see as well. We'll have to decide Hollywood or Magic. I prefer Magic.
I prefer Magic, but I would want to go Hollywood because we've done After Hours Magic on multiple occasions.
But you know
Christmas, Halloween, Villains After Hours, Extra Magic Hours. I've never done Hollywood late at night.
There was a question about this in one of the chat groups, and if you're looking at bang for the buck, there are over 20 attractions in Magic Kingdom, and there are 9 at Hollywood. So if you're looking for pure, like how much stuff can you go on, the crowds are going to be a lot more spread out at Magic Kingdom, even though a lot of them are more kiddie rides, right?
Yeah, even though I don't want to go on Barnstormer, the 2 Dumbos, Small
But
World,
some people
Magic
will,
Carpet
right?
Stuff.
So it spreads out the crowd. Whereas at Hollywood now, it's 9 and they're almost all A or B list rides, right? They're all pretty good. So I'm guessing they're going to be even longer lines at Hollywood, or maybe less people won't go. I don't know.
But
we'll have to see what nights they are and all that sort of stuff.
Conversely, right? If there's more A-list...
You mean conversely?
Conversely, whatever. One of the two. I was thinking about it in my head. Anyways, at Hollywood, if there's all A or B list rides, the crowds are going to spread out more. Whereas at Magic, if there's only a few of them, a lot of people aren't. They're not going to pay $160 time to go on Small World. That's ridiculous. Like, that is a waste of money.
You know, for me, it's more I like walking around at night. Sometimes they have different cool lighting and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great. Like, really, you're right. It's not worth it at all. Like a lot of things.
Honestly, I would not go. Give me $160 in cash.
If you try, okay, I'll leave you in the room.
Give me $160 in
no,
cash.
you don't get the cash. You just get to stay in the room. And we are staying in Grand Floridian, so that's another reason I like Magic Kingdom, because we can just walk home after, whereas we'd have to do the dreaded bus or Uber if we're
Yeah,
going
see,
to
that's
Hollywood.
another thing to consider. If you were staying at the Boardwalk Resort area, then maybe you want to go to Hollywood.
Then I
rather
would,
than-
yeah. I'd reverse. Anyway, so it's coming back up starting in January. Get your tickets now if you're interested, because, hey, you never know if it's going to sell out.
It's fun. I mean, if you're not paying, I guess why not? It's fun. It's a great experience.
You mean if you're a kid listening and your parents are paying?
Yeah, or like, I don't know, if you have like a family member that's just buying a bunch of tickets. I mean, it's not that it's not fun. It's just I wouldn't personally pay for it.
Now let's talk about something that's free, sort of, and also a nighttime event.
It's free, but not really.
Well, we'll get into that why. But coming up much sooner, and we will be there for one of them.
The very popular and extremely Christmassy Candlelight Processional is coming back to Epcot this holiday season. So this is beginning on November 25th, and it is running all the way through past Christmas to December 30th.
You know, this has been going on since it opened in 1971. If you've never been and you love the holidays and you're going to be there at Christmas, I would say you got to go.
Yeah.
And they get A-list celebrities to do the reading. So what it is it's in the theater across from the American Adventure at Epcot. And they tell the traditional Christmas story, and they have celebrity narrators, the Voices of Liberty, who are usually in the pavilion. They're singing. There's a 50-piece live orchestra. There's choirs. It's quite a cool event.
It's quite the show.
And it's free.
A lot going on. Yeah.
Right? It's free, but
If you want bad seats.
you know what I like in it too? Phantasmic.
Yeah.
So if you've done Phantasmic at Disneyland or at Disney World for that matter, it's free, but there are advantages if you do the dining package, right? So if you want to get not reserved seat, but a reserved seating area, yeah, then you can do that. You can get a dining package. So we're going to do that way in December. There's 2 lines to get in. One will be the standby line, and those people are going to start lining up early.
Hours and hours. It's very popular.
Yeah, even in the dining package line, people line up early, but they let the dining package line in first so you can pick your seats, and then they let everybody else in for whatever's left. So if you're in the other line, there's no guarantee.
Yeah.
I think they try to sort of guesstimate where the cutoff is going to be. But,
Exactly.
it's definitely well worth seeing. It's about an hour long. the show, but it's pretty good. It's really entertaining. And the closer to Christmas you get, the more festive it is. So let's talk about who is appearing this year and how many of these people do you know?
Know or have heard of
Have
in
heard
passing?
of or no, yeah. So there's a
decent
couple
amount.
that aren't mentioned. So the very first one at the time we're recording this, they haven't named, but there's Edward James Olmos, Raul Esparza, Whoopi Goldberg,
Isabella Rossellini. And then the next one, we don't know. Josh Gad, who is Disney narrator central. He'll just do everything. Fantastic personality.
Gloria Stefan,
Neil Patrick Harris.
which is when we're going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very funny.
Yeah. I like, you know what? He's one of the ones who's been doing it most almost. Like he's the one I think of even when I think of the Candlelight Processional. I didn't see him doing it last time. I've only been to this once before. You have not been to it. So I like him doing it because he's sort of funny when he does it too. He does the story serious, but he's himself, so it's enjoyable. And then a new one after this, sort of cool, if you like Law and Order. Mariska Hargitay, so Captain Benson from Law and Order. That'll be interesting. She's December 19th. Cal Ripken Jr., baseball player.
Yeah. And then Murray Osmond, Courtney Vance, and Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett finishing it out with her, sort of character voice that
Yes.
would really goes along well with this. So, it's a really cool thing to see. It really doesn't matter who you get to see because they're all pretty good,
They're all
well-known
fantastic.
individuals.
Disney
Yeah.
doesn't hire just anyone.
Yeah, for this, it's not like, Eat to the Beat where it's sort of 70 stars, like, Celebrity Big Brother where you're they were never really celebrities.
Or maybe like 50 years ago.
Yeah, so generally the narrators for this are actually people you'd want to see.
Disney does Christmas arguably better than me. I'll concede that Disney is the one place on earth that beats me at Christmas.
So if you check online, you can see the dining packages. Garden Grill is one. There's different restaurants at Epcot. Beer Garden's one. I think we might try Garden Grill this year, something different. And then we'll just see how it goes. We'll report on that after. But definitely worth doing. Yeah. I'm glad it's coming back because it's been gone for a little bit due to
Even
COVID.
Epcot Park, just generally around the holidays, it's beautiful.
Yeah, we're doing a short Christmas trip this year, so we're just going to hit Magic Kingdom and Epcot probably. Those are the two most Christmassy parks, in my opinion. Festival of Holidays at Epcot's great, and then of course Magic Kingdom with Mickey's Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. We already did the
Mickey's
so scary.
Not So Merry Christmas Party.
No, it's quite merry, and we've already done the Not So Scary. So we'll hit all the parties and events this year. We're really packing it in.
And next year, those
we'll
after
start it
hours
off.
events.
So let us know if you're looking forward to any of these things as we tweet out this week on social media at 1923 Main Street. If you live in Florida, thank you for listening, and we hope you made it through all right now that things have passed and we're sort of assessing what happened. So our thoughts and prayers with everyone there who was affected by the hurricane. So follow along at 1923 Main Street to catch up always on the latest news and what it means to you. We like to share our thoughts and opinions from our experiences as travelers to Disney World. And we'll see you again next week. Have a magical day.
Bye-bye.